Welcome to Streamcast 14. I was kind of setting it up so that... Oops, I went to a BRB screen. And this looks like a mess. You're like, why is there like a weird Xbox window here? Buddy, please. Now is not the time. You know what? Come here, buddy. Okay. I was trying to set it up so that I'm more of the focus and I can play a game while we do the Streamcast, but I don't know how Twitch is going to feel about me having it as just chatting and I'm still playing a game. I don't know if that'll matter.
Oh my god.
Like if the game, it seems to be the focal point, you know what I mean? Because like if I'm playing Sonic Colors, which is what I was going to do, by the way.
Okay.
Just because I felt like it. So, I don't know. Maybe I just don't have the game on the screen. Because I was like, I could keep it really small. But then people can't see it, and it's like, well, if they can't see it, why even have it up on the screen? But then if I make reference to something, they'll be like, we'll do it like this. I do need to add the display capture because we might need it today. There's a couple topics that we're going to talk about from specifically when I had COVID especially. And we'll go ahead. It's going to be a little weird in terms of display capture because I just made this setup. But don't worry about it. Audience, don't worry about it. It'll all work out. Yeah, I did have COVID, and it... So, I don't think we missed a Streamcast, though, because this was the regularly scheduled time for it, right? 2 weeks out. But I did not stream last week. We streamed last 2 days. Yesterday was hell in Mario Kart for me.
It was for me too, because I finished last.
Yeah, technically. And then I'm trying to think what else. Oh, I guess I didn't really get to work on anything. I started a script, or I didn't start. I continued a script for video that I'm working on. But I didn't get super far because I felt like shit. So, you know, I'll kind of get back to my regular work next week, hopefully. But I decided I still want to do the Streamcast. I still want to keep it consistent and whatever. But yeah, I have a lot of topics written down because a lot seem to have happened in the last week and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Or I guess 2 weeks really since the last Streamcast, but week and a half since I got COVID. So I think the topics that we'll go over, we'll get rid of a couple of things. So we're gonna get rid of that Tekken 8 teaser. I would love to talk a lot of the great things about Evo, but From Software's next game is almost finished, but we won't worry about that too much. Hello. How about we go with... We'll talk about... I think there was a lot of... hi, Gabe. What did you say? Oh, you're talking to him. A Pokemon Direct, wasn't there? And that was like... Yeah, because that was the day after I tested positive for COVID. Did you happen to watch the Pokemon Direct at all?
No, I did not.
It was really good. Nothing.
Is it focused on the new games coming out, or is it just a Pokemon in general?
It was touted as... It was last week, yes. It was touted as an in general, and I can put the display up for you guys. Although I do have to be careful when it comes to Nintendo stuff, because they're always...
watching.
Well, when it comes to their trailers and stuff, even if you just have the footage playing, sometimes they'll hit you. But no, it was mostly a focus on
Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah, Scarlet and Violet. But it did have a couple other things, and I'm trying.
I was gonna say, what else was there?
Well, let's go through it. So it was 20 minutes, and I'll just skim through the video here. Pokemon World Championship stuff for the card game. They announced new stuff for the what's that Switch? The Switch League of Legends thing, whatever that is. Pokemon Unite. There you go. I see it at the bottom there.
Yeah. Okay.
So they announced a bunch of new stuff for that. They announced like a championship for Pokemon Go, like the fighting, and I was like, really? That's right. Yeah, because Pokemon Unite also has so all the Pokemon games basically are going to be at Pokemon World Championships now. So it's like the card game, even Pokken still kicking, Pokemon Go, all that stuff. So they went through that. It's kind of details, whatever. Pokemon Go Fest. Looks like they had some information on that. Don't really care. What I really want to get to is to the Scarlet and Violet stuff, which I'm trying to remember all the information. Unfortunately, I don't have it on me, but I know that they, definitely showed off more structural things, like how this game is going to play out. So I think the biggest major thing, and unfortunately it looks like I kind of need audio to understand it, but they said there's going to be like a couple different paths you can, I don't know if I want to word it like that.
Is it one of those things where it's like essentially your choices affect the outcome of the game?
No. It's more like there's two or three different like main quests type of things that you can do, and those 2 or 3 like main quest things you can do at any time. So like one of the quests is collecting all 8 badges, like normal ass Pokemon. And that's like so basically like it's not like there's like a main story in there. It's like there's a couple.
I was gonna say, so there's like multiple main quest lines.
Yeah, and again, I wish maybe I should have watched it. Yeah, they had some theme of like treasure hunting, and I cannot remember what the deal with that is, but that's like a whole other like quest line. So they have this new feature where you can like throw Pokeballs at Pokemon and like turn them into like a crystal form or something like that. They did show off some of the new Pokemon. They have a Paldean Wooper, so he's like a brown Wooper. And they had, what's the dog? There's like a dog that's made out of bread dough. I'm trying to look for it in the little trailer here, but I don't see it. They call it Terrastallize. I think I'm saying that right. Is when you can crystallize a Pokemon. You throw like a crystal Pokeball and it turns them into like a they look like a glass chandelier version you'd see at your grandma's house hanging from the ceiling or something like that.
Are they still alive?
Yeah. Yeah. 3 different stories Gabe said that you can do. He said you don't look tired. Okay. You can do all of them and go back and forth between them. Yes, that's what I was trying to get at, basically. So.
What the hell?
I just don't
my
remember.
God, this game is, oh no. I mean, that's cool. I'm just watching it and I'm seeing that they're going with the Breath of the Wild aspect where they essentially make it so that your Pokemon can climb walls and glide like the glider now.
Oh yeah, so that was kind of another thing that, they showed the legendaries, like you get them actually at the start of the game, so that it's a little different. And
I had a feeling when I saw that, because I was just like, what the hell, are they just showing that off at the end of the game? I was like, no, there's no way.
No, you get them and they, they're motorcycles, they're flying machines, and they do all sorts of stuff to help you like traverse.
Is every game that Nintendo makes gonna turn into Breath of the Wild at this point?
I'm sure that every game every major AAA title in the industry is going to copy Breath of the Wild, not just Nintendo, because that's what they are already doing.
Yeah.
I knew that game was big when it hit. I was like, yeah, this one was different.
I just don't want to have what happened with Rockstar for me happen to this style of game.
Well, if you get bored of the same type of game really easily, I think it's a little too late for that. I think everybody's going to be doing open world like in that style for a very long time. Maybe not a very long time. Give it another 5 to 10 years, and then I think maybe then people will start to be like, God damn it! Like, I know people are already getting tired of open world games in general. Not just the Breath of the Wild style. So, and we've already heard. I mean, like, I know some people. The Sonic game is Breath of the Wild inspired. What was the Elden Ring? Took some things from it. They said. I know there was a couple there, but yeah, it's that game was very influential. So. It'll go down as another one of the bigger Zeldas of all time, probably.
Oh, definitely.
Well, yeah, I don't remember what the third Pokemon little story is. Well, they have the raid battles. I don't know if that's what it was, where you can just like go and do raid battles with friends a bunch. And I don't.
Oh man.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
They like did something with that too, and I can't remember what they did. They made it so like you can all attack at the... It's not as slow paced, I guess, is what I was getting out of it, but I don't exactly remember why. I do think it's online 4-player co-op, but I don't remember if they said that here or not. Maybe that's something Gabe can confirm or deny. Anyway, you want to know what looks terrible?
Yeah, I was gonna say that
Oh boy.
the graphics of this game are certainly suffering because of the scope they're going for.
Of Pokemon?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, graphically speaking, it's not impressive at all. But I was referring to a different game.
Oh, I know.
But
I just wanted to get that thought out.
Pokemon's graphics are standard.
But I know exactly what game you're talking about because I've been looking at it the last 15 or so minutes.
So yeah, so AEW, it wasn't even officially released actually yet. I don't even think it still is. I think this was a leaked trailer, but the full trailer is really soon if it hasn't been released already. I don't remember, but I know initially it was leaked. So they did this trailer here, and you're not gonna know these people, but I know we've played the wrestling games, and I was like, I have to say something about this. Like, there was this trailer for the AEW fighting game coming out, sports-based type of game, you know. They got Tony Schiavone and fucking Britt Baker here, and they're doing a cheesy little commercial where they like...
Oh, I'm actually watching it at the same time, then.
Yeah. Well, most of the commercial is them. It's not even the gameplay.
What?
Yeah.
Why is there pizza all over the floor?
I don't know. I guess Britt Baker does not keep a clean room. But they show little glimpses of the gameplay here. And, oh my god. So I saw there's some things that I kind of like. I think some of the impact of the moves, like the way the camera shakes, little things like that are kind of nice. But overall, like when she has... which is her real-life boyfriend, I believe. Adam Cole in a hole.
Oh
here.
no!
Did you? The first thing I noticed when I watched this gameplay trailer was when he starts tapping out in this hold. Can I slow this down? Oh god, his arm like fucking. It does something that it should not do. Look at this.
Yeah, I'm oh my god. Dude, the animations look so
yeah, something's
weird.
Something's not right there. And I understand people are like, well, it's not a final product, blah 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 blah. And I was
and
like, I was like, okay, hang on a minute. When does this come out? AEW Fight Forever release date.
What the hell? They're also turning this into a fucking Mario Party game?
Yeah, there's like mini games or something.
Fuck.
Which
That's
might actually
very weird.
It's kind of a cool idea. That might actually be kind of fun. But when I was looking at them, they didn't look too good. So they don't actually have a release date. But let me just say, I hope this doesn't come out this year because this looks so bad.
I hope it does. I want it to be bad.
This looks so bad. And people were pointing out a lot of people were pointing out a lot of like weird things about it. First of all, when she picks up the garbage can too, that was fucking
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
And then whenever she throws it onto his head, it's literally like it's not over his arms. It's just stuck on his head with nothing in there.
Some of it just looks really stiff and stale. And
Yes.
the animations, it's so unfinished looking. Like this is not exactly a product I would.
It looks like a fan project.
Yeah, like so. Okay, here's the thing too. AEW fans are absolutely fucking insane. Like they defend their product hardcore, and the main like reason why I think is because AEW fans want, oh my god, these mini games look so fucking.
They look like something.
Oh my god, this game just doesn't look good. It doesn't look good at all. And AEW fans, when this trailer like hit, I was thinking like, what is their reaction gonna be? And then I went to, of course the comment sections on Twitter, and they all loved it, and I was like, oh my god. Okay, so let me explain. Yeah, for somebody who's not like doesn't watch wrestling, what you have to understand about AEW fans is they will live, breathe, and die and defend this fucking product regardless of how trash it is.
I mean, I kind of understand that because it's one of those things where it's the first game that they make, so it's like if you want them to feel encouraged to keep making games for that AEW is in general, you're gonna want people to want to get it, and if you as a fan base are gonna be, you want people to want that, you're gonna obviously be like, this game looks fucking awesome, instead of like, speaking your mind about it, actually saying what you think.
Well, there's other reasons. I apologize. I'm just gonna replay it one more time because apparently it was not on the screen earlier. I just want to show the arm part one more time because I didn't have it on screen. You'll see this part right here. She puts him in a little lock here, some kind of hold. I can't remember where it was. Where's it at? Right here. And if you watch his fucking arm, it's some sort of.
I just flapped around like there was a jet attached to it at the back of him.
If you watch his arm right here, it's really bad.
I mean, clearly it's supposed to be him tapping out, but it doesn't look like it.
When he pulls it away is where it's like, oh, okay. So there's some shoddy, weird animations and stuff going on.
I think it's really funny whenever she she sticks her fucking like dirty ass fingers into his mouth as well.
That is a part of the move, as weird as it is. But yeah, it's. Oh god, look at this. But so AEW fans, they tend to defend the product on TV all the time, like constantly, regardless of whether it was good or not.
This game, you know what? I like to.
Good to be.
Yeah, I consider myself an AEW fan. This game, I love it. It looks so cool. All those mini games. My personal favorite's probably Simon Says.
So, I mean, basically, the biggest reason is that they want to, they are seen as the anti-WWE, and they want to take WWE down. So they'll constantly back this rebel, quote-unquote, promotion, regardless of whether what they do is good, bad, or ugly. They just think it's all good. So when I was looking at the comments for this game on Twitter, it really was people who's like, oh, it looks pretty good. Like, they're doing good work over there. And Kenny Omega, so apparently Kenny Omega's in charge of the, like, overseeing the development of the game. He's not a developer. Because there was reports a couple months back that he was fighting with Ukes. Because I think Ukes is developing this, which is the old WWE developers.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
That is perfect. That is the type of game I'm looking for.
Something that'll come out and be subpar, although a lot of it wasn't their fault.
Did you also hear about what apparently happened with the cover art for the game?
I've seen the cover art, but no.
So
This right here.
apparently the green cover art was thrown together by THQ and not AEW, so all the people that they featured on weren't ever approached about, hey, can we use your likeness in the cover of the game? So, because AEW didn't make it, the THQ just kind of tossed it together, and I guess that's what happened. Nobody was approached about it.
You're talking with this AEW cover?
Yeah, it says right here the cover athletes didn't even know they were on the game's cover. This is because THQ designed the cover art itself and not AEW.
Where are you seeing that at?
I'm on a website called WrestlingInc.com.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll send you there. That's the link.
I see. Well, here's something about it. What? Hi, Honor. Yog! I can't believe that. Oh my god, Kenny Omega looks awful there.
I know.
Oh my god. Okay, here's the other thing that always drives me nuts. Sorry, I'm trying to get the fucking display capture back up. About, he looks horrible there. About people when these games are coming out. Like, people were saying in the comments, like, you're like, well, it clearly says on the bottom it's a work in progress, and I'm like, what the fuck have they been doing? No, it just looks bad from a core standpoint. This looks like it has a lot of issues. This is nowhere near coming out.
Apparently, it's also been stated that Kenny Omega hopes this game will come out in September.
We have to play this. This is coming out in September?
That's what Kenny Omega said he hopes it will come out in.
Yeah, okay, so, yeah, I think I skimmed over that earlier. So Kenny Omega was apparently getting in some fights with the developers of the game. Basically, they were saying, like, you don't know what the fuck you're doing, and, you know, Kenny wants to throw millions of more dollars at this, whatever. Which, by the way, from what I understand, they have thrown millions of dollars at this game. And it just, something tells me the developers are not having a good time, and as much as Kenny knows video games, he might not understand video game development. So he might not understand, like, dude, these things take time, and it's not easy, and you can't just throw this out the door, and you might have spent some of your money in the wrong places when it came to developing this game. There is money management when these, you know, I don't know. He's not a businessman, and he's not a game developer, so I don't know what's going on. I'm not blaming him necessarily. I'm taking a couple guesses based on the report that came out a few months back, you know. But either way, this is not a good look. I mean, this game's gonna suck. There's no way. I almost try to play it but I don't want to pay $60 either. I don't want to pay $60 for it. The WWE games have a lot of issues, and even the, you know, like 2K, was it 20? That was the very infamous one. But it still feels like there's a level of polish, like a level of professional-looking game. Like, this just, it looks so amateurish. And the number one thing that people were saying they loved is that they thought it reminded them of the No Mercy N64 game.
Yeah, I did see that as well, and somebody was like, I don't think that at all. I think it's more like the SmackDown games.
Well, so apparently Kenny, and I didn't see him say this, but people in the comments were saying like, so, apparently some people were saying that Kenny has previously said that that's what his vision was. His vision was going for the
Wow.
No
Okay.
Mercy games on the N64, and I was like, well, you got the graphics down. Like, I mean, not that he did that, but you know what I mean. Like, it just and also there was other things, like if you look closely in the trailer, like the audience looks terrible in certain scenes. Like, it's like, where are they? There's like empty sections all over the seats. Like, is this an AEW house show? Like, what is it? And then also someone pointed out something interesting in the baseball stadium scene. Oh, maybe they cleaned that up, or maybe it was just somebody faking it online. But where CM Punk was previously, there was Cody Rhodes, who's not there anymore. He's with WWE, but maybe that was fake. I don't know. Either way,
CM Punk. Which one's CM Punk? Where's that at?
It's so when he swings the baseball bat, the giant All Elite Wrestling sign. He's on the left side.
Yeah. Where was Cody Rhodes at?
Where CM Punk is now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought like it was that hole right next to CM Punk's head that it looks like they clearly cropped something out.
No, it's just. But anyway, it looks so bad. I don't care what AEW fans say. This is gonna fucking flop. It's gonna suck. It's true. It's not gonna be good.
I did see some comments about these people, and they're theorizing about why they're putting these types of mini games in there. And they say that big Twitch streamers like to play games like Fall Guys, and that's the reason why they're making these mini games like this.
I don't know if that's true, but if that's
no,
true,
they're just theorizing.
I hope that's not their line of thinking, because that's a terrible line of thinking to have. I don't know whose fault this is. I don't know if it's the developers. I don't know if it's Kenny's not understanding. I don't know if from what I had heard, there was a lot of money being thrown into this, but anyway, I have nothing else to say. It just looks bad. It makes me want to play it just almost for shits and giggles, but I know AEW fans will defend it to hell and back, and I'm like, no, this looks fucking atrocious. Like, it looks. I'm not even talking like it looks okay, like a 7 out of 10. It's not nothing. No, this looks like a 4.
Yeah,
it looks like it's gonna be really bad.
It looks really fucking bad.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm also excited, and so were the people. Britt Baker, when they were playing it, she was talking about how she just started picking it up, and now she's the best player of the game. And as far as I'm concerned, she's the only player of the game.
Like, honestly, like, I'm almost afraid to even post this video when I eventually post this segment to YouTube, because I'm like, I know AEW fans, someone's gonna comment. They're gonna be like, well, you don't understand. No, it's not. Just regardless of whose fault it is, or this, that, and the other, just look at this game.
I mean, I guess
no one's gonna buy this for $60.
To those people, I would just say, explain to me why this game looks good.
It's nothing. It's nothing. For me, it's nothing from like I love AEW, I love WWE, I'm supporting this, that, and the other. I'm just looking at it as a gamer. I'm like, no, as a gamer who's played a lot of wrestling games, this looks like a shit one. This looks like it's gonna be like the TNA wrestling game, which that one was off. Anyway,
that's all I have to say.
Yeah. AEW is a separate wrestling organization, Hunter, from WWE. They're
basically competitors.
In a way, they're the anti-WWE. That's kind of how people
look at it.
Yeah. Oh boy. Well, we have no, it looks so much worse, Gabe. It definitely looks worse than 76% of the other $60 games, honest to God. It looks so bad. We have 3. I might just skip the Splatoon 3 news. There was a Splatoon Direct today. If you didn't see it, there was a shit ton of features in the game. But we don't really talk about Splatoon on here a lot. I thought about it. I don't know if you guys watched it. I mean, it looks good, but I'm not overly excited. If I had money, I'd play it. one of the things that really bothered me, again, from a competitive standpoint, I think you can only play online with your friends in casual mode, not the ranked mode. If I caught that correctly, I was like, Nintendo, oh my god! Like, when does Splatoon come out? Is it September?
That if that is true, that is a major fucking blow, because that is like the core concept of competitive mode. A team-based competitive mode
September
is
9th.
you playing with, you know, people that you know or that you want to get to know, and you becoming better with those people, as opposed to, oh, maybe I'll get a good team this time.
Yeah. That being said, all of the other news that I saw out of the Direct was fantastic, I thought. It looks really good. It looks really fun. They're basically just, from what I can tell, like, there is some single-player modes. You know, they have another story thing. They have some kind of 4-player mode where you fight, like, some NPCs with a boss battle at the end, kind of like, you know.
Are you talking about Salmon Run?
Yeah, they're bringing that back. There you go. But most of the game is based upon, like, you going and playing online matches, unlocking stuff for your locker, unlocking new weapons, leveling up your weapons, and then unlocking, you know, things that you can equip to the weapon to make it look different, slightly perform different, whatever. Unlocking, you know, customization items for your character. I mean, it's just a shit ton of unlockable, like, things. Just a ton.
I see.
Along with Splatfest returning, and there's a special Splatfest that's like a 3-way Splatfest where you'll do battles that are 3 teams instead of 2. That was really cool.
That just sounds more chaotic.
Yeah, and then the last thing, they're having a mini game. They're having a new mini game. It's like Splatoon. I don't remember what they call it, and I don't want to play.
Is
the
it
trailer
Simon Says?
Because Nintendo comes after people with that. But it's almost like a Tetris Splatoon kind of thing where you collect Splatoon trading cards in game, and you start filling up the board on one side, like the bottom, with yellow, and then your opponent is filling up the board on top with blue, and you're like attaching...
Is it just one of those things where you try to take over more of the board than the other team?
Yeah, it's the same thing as in terms of, like, you want more of your color than your opponent. But it's some kind of... So that's like a new, like, little trading card game they have in it, which is really interesting.
That's interesting, yeah.
Have a section where you can draw your pictures like people used to do. Some new amiibo. Yeah, I don't know. It was a ton. It was just a ton of information. How long was this? Half an hour to just focus on one game. So, it was cool. Some new special items that you can... They had one special item that was really cool that, like, you throw it down and it creates like a almost like a vending machine type of thing, and it shoots out 4 cans, and each teammate can grab a can, and it gives everybody a speed boost while it splats the area a little bit or something. So that
so they're adding support items in.
Yeah,
as well,
there's some stuff like that.
Okay.
Some of the new characters they showed, like, they announced the new version of Callie and Marie, I guess, that they have, like, another news thing or something like that called Deep Cut is the Idols. Whatever. They, you know, people are going gaga over, like, the characters and stuff. So there you go. We did a little Splatoon thing there. Is the story in Splatoon good? I never give a fuck about it.
I mean, the first one didn't even have a story, and the second one
did.
The second one had a story, but I don't think it was basically, it was pretty much just like there was like the Octopus King,
so,
and you had to stop him because he stole all the Zap Fish or whatever.
It exists, Gabe.
Yeah.
It exists, but nobody.
And that's all you need to know.
Yeah, honestly, nobody cares about the story in Splatoon. Well, how about we do, because I thought about saving it for next stream, but I think we'll actually have time. Do you want to do our not so early game of the year rewards? It'll be our third one before our final one. It is technically time to do that. We give ourselves, for those who don't know, 4 chances throughout the year to predict who we think the Game of the Year award will go to, and then the nominees as well. And this is our 3rd chance because we're in August, so we're 3/4 about through the year, at least through the beginning of December. And so I could go ahead and look up the games releasing in 2020. I think, did I use GameSpot last time? I don't know. I had a nice, we'll use GameSpot here. And we'll take a look at all of them. So if you didn't see our last couple, my pick for Game of the Year was Elden Ring. So that probably has, I still don't think that's changed. We'll see. I'm kind of leaning less on it, but I still think Elden Ring was too strong. But I'll go ahead and hopefully...
I mean, at this point, what other candidates are there that have currently released?
So I will say Xenoblade 3 did end up getting a lot of hype, and it's getting a lot of praise, and it's probably the best of the trilogy, but we'll wait a year to see how Xenoblade fans feel.
I haven't played any of it yet, so I can't personally weigh in on that and give my opinion.
I can't either, but everything about it looks phenomenal. But I don't think it would beat Elden Ring, but I actually might be willing to shift it into my nominees, whereas before I don't think I did. I don't recall what my nominees were exactly for the first time we did it and the second time. I know the one that I got rid of was Horizon Forbidden West. I think I had that in my nominees the first time. I got rid of it the second time because I was like, yeah, it kind of came and went. That being said, and I'll try to find the games that mostly specifically like came out this year. You kind of have to keep last November because like the deadline is like halfway through November and then December in mind, but I don't think anything.
I was gonna say, like, what came out at that point? I can't really think of
honestly,
anything.
I don't remember, but I'm not personally gonna worry about it because I still don't think whatever it was is gonna be Elden Ring, but it might get a nominee depending on what it was.
Looks like 2021 game releases were about Forza 5, Call of Duty Vanguard, SMT 5, Battlefield 2042, and Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
Okay. Yeah, no.
Time to look at December.
Yeah, what came out in December 2021?
Solar Ash, Warhammer 40,000, Chorus, Danganronpa, Disney Magical World 2, Spellforce 3, Final Fantasy 14, Endwalker, Life is Strange 2 Colors.
Nope. None of that's going to get nominated, so. Well, I'll try to find the things that came out here. So we had Pokemon Legends Arceus on Switch. Personally, one of my nominees.
I've never played it.
My personal games of the year. Maybe not my game of the year, but one of my games of the year. That game was amazing. I might even, just make some notes to myself again. So Pokemon
Apparently
Legends.
Halo Infinite also came out.
Yeah, it won't, but yeah. What else here? So that was honestly basically January was Pokemon, because everything else is like a port or something like that. February we got Dying Light 2 kind of flopped, maybe not flopped, but it didn't.
It wasn't met with the praise people were expecting it.
Right. Horizon 2 was February. And then Elden Ring. That's right, because Elden Ring came out the week after. Hey.
Yeah. Yeah.
March. Triangle Strategy could maybe be it actually did end up doing pretty well.
That's the other one that I had on my list was Triangle Strategy.
We had
2K22 WWE.
Yeah, no. Although it did do really well, actually. we had in April, so not a whole lot in March there. April, not a whole lot. May, oh boy.
Salt and Sacrifice was a good indie game.
Salt and Sacrifice, yeah. I don't know if it would. I don't know.
It might win an indie award.
Yeah, sure. Cuphead will. I think the Delicious Last Course will get some kind of award for whatever the fuck they would put that under.
Today we're announcing we're adding a new category, and it's the best DLC, and the winner's Cuphead.
Yeah, that might be it. Honestly, Neon White was a game that actually surprised people how good it was.
What one is that?
It's like the one that's like it's like an all white game with a lot of vibrant looking colors besides the white, and you're in a first person shooter, kind of like it looks like you're.
Oh, that one, the one
through
with all the you're like someone sent from heaven.
Yeah, that game got like 9s and 10s, dude.
Where do you see this at?
Neon White.
Oh yeah, it's in June.
Yeah. Yeah, it actually
came out on Switch and PC only. That's surprising.
It actually did really, really well. People were loving it. Shredder's Revenge actually could legitimately get into the Game of the Year nominees. It was that good. July.
Didn't Live Alive come out as well?
Which I was looking for it. There it is. I don't know if it would, just because it is
technically a remake.
Yeah, but I'm gonna write it down for now.
I'll put it in parentheses.
Yeah. Digimon Survive didn't do great. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 did though. And we'll get to those.
Stray's another one that people wanted to.
Honestly, after It Takes Two won
someone...
last year, I'm not ruling out indie games very often.
Yeah,
because
as someone who's played through it, I don't think it'll win, but I do think it's a pretty good game.
Honest to God, Soul Hackers 2 I think is gonna be a big hit. I don't know if it'll really break outside of the SMT JRPG fans, though. I think that's its biggest thing going against it is it's not Persona 6. It's
gonna be one of those things where the few people that aren't playing it outside of the fan base already are gonna look at it and see, oh, Soul Hackers 2, what's the first one on? Oh, I guess I'm not getting it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, because people bought Persona 5 and they didn't play the... But I think that Soul Hackers, it doesn't have a name that's carrying it right now, and I don't see it being a big breakaway game like Persona 5, but I don't know. It's tough to say, because I didn't know Persona 5 was going to be as big as it was, so... although I guess it was kind of getting there. Last of Us Part 1. Does that really come out September 2nd? Jesus Christ. Well, it's not getting any fucking awards.
I can tell you I'm not going to buy that game.
Yeah.
I've played through it already on what I would argue, just from seeing the pictures,
it's the same fucking game.
Looks better,
it says.
And is gonna be the exact same game. Yeah.
No, it's
they made the characters in the new version look ugly, so fucking bad. So I am not getting it. It
is literally the exact same game for actually $70. Like, no, I know some Last of Us fans were like, oh, you're shitting on the hard work of the developers by saying it looks like they... No, we're not shitting on the developers. We're not shitting on the people who were told to make it that way. We're shitting on the fucking higher-ups who decided they want to do a built-from-the-ground-up remake of a game that's only 10 years old, that doesn't fucking need it, that had a remaster. Well, the remasters... How old is the remaster? Whatever. That looks fine. That's backwards compatible. We're shitting on the people who made the decision to fucking... greenlight that shit in the first fucking place. I think it's disgusting that it's going to be $70, and they can go fuck themselves for that one. But no, I feel bad for the developers. It's not their fault. It's not their fault. They, got to get paid and they want to work on games, and Naughty Dog's a big company. It's probably a good place to work monetarily, I would fucking hope, considering how much money they make. Like, no, you're not shitting on the developers by saying it looks like the exact same fucking game. You know, it's not their fault that they were basically told to like do the same game but make it look a little better, which is even debatable anyway. Dragon Ball: The Breakers. I actually really want to play that game. As silly as it looks, I really do.
I mean, people play Dead by Daylight, so it's like the want for that game is there, and you have a ton of people who like Dragon Ball, so it's like you mesh these two things together, and you got yourself a weird love child between survival horror and Dragon Ball.
Mario Strikers, no game. I think that game kind of flopped. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how it did sales-wise. I'm sure it did fine, but I don't think it ended up being what everybody really wanted it to be, unfortunately. Specifically in regards to the online stuff. I know I was a little disappointed to hear some of that. I was so excited. I was like, oh my god, I would love to do an online league, and then they're just like... Mario and Rabbids looks good, but it's not going to win a Game of the Year award. You know what? So I don't think I did originally as much as I liked it, but I remember when I watched the last trailer for Bayonetta 3, I was very impressed. It actually could now. I think it actually has a chance. Because before I thought to myself, like, it'll probably be like Bayonetta 2, but with improvements. Like, it'll be good, but it's not going to be one of the best games of the year.
It looked really good
but
from what I saw.
The trailer did actually look... I might have to... Okay, God of War Ragnarok's back in the race because it didn't end up getting delayed. As of right now, and I don't know if it will anymore. I thought it was gonna, and then it didn't. So there's that. Scarlet and Violet look good, but they're not. No. And then there's a lot of to be announced. So we have one more chance, though. The next time we do this will be right before the Game of the Year. Okay. Game of the Year awards. So I'm going to go through. I'm going to say, honest to God, I still can't see anything beating Elden Ring.
Yeah.
The more and more I think about it, I'm like, well, I mean, it is just gigantic. And I mean, like, emphasis on that. Gigantic Dark Souls 3, maybe, you know. But I still think what it's doing at the level it's doing at is impressive. With God of War Ragnarok back in, it's possible. And I will say that God of War comes out around the time of the Game of the Year awards. It's going to have the hype going for it. Because Elden Ring, by the time the Game of the Year awards comes around, will kind of have died down a little bit compared to God of War. That might actually benefit it a little bit because the votes won't have been in yet. Probably not. So I'm gonna stick with Elden Ring still, but it's the gap has closed a little bit. It's not as guaranteed for me. So I think and for the record, it would be one Game of the Year and then 4 nominees. I'm gonna say Game of the Year Elden Ring. Nominees are God of War. Stray is probably my indie game. Then again, TMNT is technically...
I was going to say, TMNT would probably be mine.
I'm actually going to say God of War, Stray... Xenoblade 3, I do think, is going to be a nominee at this point. That's 3. Would it be
Bayonetta.
Pokemon? I don't know, man. Pokemon was really unique. It was a really unique for a Pokemon game. I might go with Bayonetta, just slightly over Pokemon for now. That's a tough one because Bayonetta's not out. But if Bayonetta 3 comes out and it ends up being like good but not like amazing, I might actually switch that with Pokemon as a. Then again, I guess when the next time we do this though, the nominees will probably have already been announced. So the next time we do this, we're probably not picking our nominees. We're probably just picking our Game of the Year. Who do we think's going to win? As a matter of fact, I got an idea. The next time we do this, what we could do is just go through all the categories they have and pick who we think's going to win everyone that we care about. Because some of it's like favorite streamer. Like, who gives a shit? I don't, like no one's going to, we don't know. Um, so yeah, I guess the next time we do this, we actually won't be picking nominees. So this is your last chance to pick nominees. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say God of War, Bayonetta, Xenoblade 3. I think I'm gonna go with Stray over TMNT, and then Game of the Year is Elden Ring. There you go.
Well, mine's gonna be different because I've played Stray, and I think I still stand by the idea that the only reason people love that game so much is because it's a cat.
Sure, maybe it could be. It could be.
Because the game's really fucking short, actually. Like
I've heard
it's only like a 4-hour game if you like you just get through it and get done with it.
right. Yeah, I've heard.
The game itself is just it's a lot of running away from things and just solving some puzzles and doing cat things. Like you can literally take naps, and there is a trophy in that game for spending an actual real life hour taking a nap in that game.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I don't know, Gabe. I haven't played it, but people love it. Gabe says he thinks AEW is gonna win Game of the Year.
Well, that if it does come out in September, I would definitely.
Now you're making me not want to pick Stray. Now you're making there's got to be some kind of indie. They always do an indie thing. If I didn't pick Stray, I might actually throw Soul Hackers 2 in there because I'm telling you, it looks really good. The DLC is atrocious, but other than that, I don't know, man. I just feel like it got a lot of hype, and so did TMNT, but TMNT's been done before, and while Stray might be dumber in concept and might be less of a video game, if that makes sense, because it's more, like you said, playing around as a cat. I still think it's more unique, and it's one of those things I feel like they're going to be it's artistic, it's different, I don't know.
The idea itself is pretty cool, but the gameplay is just what I explained. Like the characters are pretty interesting because they're just it's a bunch of robots that think they're human. They mimic human behavior. But then again, that's also been done before in games prior.
I'm gonna stick with that though. I'm gonna stick with what I said.
That is completely fair.
What did you say yours? I can't.
Mine's basically the exact same as yours, but I put TMNT in instead of Stray.
Okay. Well, why don't we finish out the Streamcast with something we haven't done in a while? A little bit of user reviews.
Oh, perfect.
Now, one of these is going to be fun. And as a matter of fact, why don't we just start with that one? Well, unless they... Huh. So, I had heard that Digimon Survive was getting review bombed. But on Metacritic, the user score is sitting at an 8. And I don't know. The reviews here on Metacritic are good. I don't know what you guys. What do you? If you're looking at Digimon Survive, what are you seeing on other websites?
I've got a review for Just Dance. Where this guy gave this game a 0 and said some of the moves you have to do in this game are ridiculous. There was some point in level 3 that the game literally asks you to spin around 10 times and is making me nauseous and vomiting. Don't buy.
Okay then. I'm looking at some of the shittier reviews for Digimon here, because if you don't know, the reason it got review bombed was because people didn't know it was going to be a visual novel, which I'm not sure where the confusion must be. Maybe they must have had some bad marketing, but I knew that, and I'm trying to think if I remember where they said it. Now, I know they said there was going to be some strategy JRPG in there, but...
Let's take a look at the negatives. This has to be the first time Bandai makes a game that has lower budget and worse narrative than a mobile game.
Damn. I love it because this is a 4. I love it because it's Digimon and there is a graphic side to it we haven't really seen from Digimon yet. Can you guys see this actually? No, you can.
Why am I not seeing all of them?
Where was I? However, I found myself starting to skip through vast portions of the scripting because it was just boring. Not only was the dialogue not immersive at many points in the story, but the exploration options and constant reusing of the same scenes, looking at you, Red Lily Woods and Waterways, did not help its case. I did know it was going to be heavier on the dialogue. However, I wish they would have drew a bit more from some other story-driven games such as Disco Elysium, which showed greater depth of penmanship and as well as a more lush-ish environment. I'm about halfway through, so I'm going to finish it and give it a chance. I think for how high my expectations were for this game, it definitely fell fat. It fell down like a it fell flat. Honestly, as bad as the grammar is, that's a fair review. I don't think that was too crazy. Here's a 0. This game is very annoying with bad music and repetitive and very boring gameplay.
Somebody left a review, a 0 for SpongeBob the movie, the game. It says, this game is good, but sadly I can't play it. I'll try another website. And then in parentheses he says, P.S. I watch SpongeBob every day.
Okay. That's really, where's that at? That's funny. But anyway, yeah, I guess, the Digimon reviews, they're not as crazy as I thought. So I'm not sure if...
Let's look at the positive ones.
Well, the positive ones. We could look at a couple positive ones.
Oh, somebody gave the SpongeBob SquarePants movie game a 10 and said the best game in history is one of the few games to which I have so much affection and also marks a very important stage in my life. Oh, I have nostalgia to my favorite game.
Wow. That's impressive. Yeah, I don't know. Digimon survives a review. Well, I know it got review bombed, but I'll look up one more time on another website and see if it
Yeah.
The review bombing's still there. I'm not
Somebody
really
gave it an 8 and said I would give it an 8.5, but the thing wouldn't let me. Oh well. This game actually gets hard at some points. You always end up saying, I have to get 5 flipping more. Dang.
What was the... Oh, yeah, Xenoblade. I wanted to see some Xenoblade 3 ones. If you don't know, Xenoblade had just come out a couple weeks ago. Xenoblade 3 is doing very well. Let's look at some of these. User review. I need one of those things that you could step on and it makes your microphone like reverberate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. So is Digimon a bad game? I guess, I mean, if you don't like visual novels, it sounds like you're not going to like it. All right, let's look at... Do I even want to look at the... I almost feel like it's not fun looking at the positive ones, but just for the record, Xenoblade sitting at an 8.6 user score, 639 positives.
Oh, that sucks for Xenoblade because SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom is sitting at an 8.8 user score.
You think it's better?
Some guy named SpongeBob Fan 100 gave Battle for Bikini Bottom a 0 and said this game sucks. Plankton's Plant Robotic Revenge is way better, not gonna lie. If I had to pick one SpongeBob game to not exist, this would be it. The story is okay, not enough Mr. Krabs gameplay. I hate it. Plankton's Robotic Revenge is better.
I remember
And
that one.
they posted this review a couple months ago, back in May.
Wow. Was it the new Battle for Bikini
No,
Bottom? Oh,
this is the one from back in 2003.
weird. Somebody's playing it, I guess. I mean, let's. Honestly, all these reviews are pretty. Oh, hang on. Hang on. This is a good
What
one.
the fuck, dude? Oh my god, some critic actually gave this game a 43 and said if you've had neurosurgery more than twice, you may, in parentheses, and I stress the word, find a thimble's worth of entertainment here. If not, you'll get more kicks out of a sponge. Just an ordinary pantless sponge.
Well then.
That guy's an asshole. Oh, and he's from Game Informer. Fuck you.
Really? Wow. No, Gabe. Xenoblade did well. What are you talking about? Oh god. Well, I don't know. Is there any other games that I could look up? Maybe.
I've been trying to. I was trying to find reviews, but there aren't any on Metacritic for this one, so I can't find them easily
I mean,
right
a lot
now.
of the like an old for what game?
For Clockwork Knight.
Oh. I don't know. Well, I mean, back then it wasn't a thing, and a lot of people haven't played it since Metacritic became a thing. So.
IGN gave it a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, they might have been. You know, they were around back then. I think just barely, but. Well, I guess I don't know. I guess maybe that'll do it for me. I don't have. There's more than one SpongeBob game now. There's a shit ton, Gabe.
There's a ton of them. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, there's at least like 7 of them that are in the style of Battle for Bikini Bottom.
Something like that. Yeah. There's a lot. Well, anyway, I don't have anything else for today. I think kind of hit on everything. Didn't have a lot of time for user reviews there. That's okay. But anyway, I guess that's going to do it for Streamcast number 14. So, I will stream... I don't know when I'll have some things up on the YouTube. Probably next week, but we'll see. I'll stream... Monday, and I'm trying to think. I didn't have a plan. That's right. I still don't have a plan. I think we'll go back to Elden Ring on Tuesday. That's kind of what I was thinking, but anyway, I think that's gonna do it, guys. So, I guess thank you for joining, Gabe. Thank you for your input. Always appreciated. I will, and Hunter, who also chatted. Just trying to remember who the other one was. He hadn't said anything of it. I will see y'all later. Bye, guys.
See you guys.